Why are there so many shoe stores in Uruguay? What's up, everybody? Oh, it's hot today. Northern Uruguay. It's humid, it's warm, driving into the sun all day as it goes across the north. I'm heading north, and so I never stop having the sun on my face, but that's not why I'm here. I want to show you something that I have driven by probably 15 or 20 of, and I keep wanting to stop. This may be my last chance, and this is it. Junkyards full of European and American vehicles. Look at all these VW buses. This is insane. And they're all, I think, first gen. Look at that. And there's more of them in the back. This one's an oddball. I don't know if that's a first or second gen, or maybe it was specifically made for Latin America, but it looks like some kind of cross. And then this one's a first gen single cab pickup. Maybe someone can tell me what this is. This looks like a Datsun 411 pickup from the mid 60s, but it's not. It's made by something called Roots. I can't quite read it. Maybe the camera can. Can't quite make it out, and I'm not allowed in there. Here's some of the older stuff. They've got Model Ts and maybe Model As all over the country. They've got classic cars, American classic cars that are still running, some of them. But they've got a lot of junkyards full of classic American and European stuff. It's an old Jeep. Check out all this. So I have no idea what it would take. It would be expensive to bring this stuff back to the US and restore it. A lot of this doesn't need to be scrapped, but I mean, especially with the value of like VW buses these days. I mean, this stuff it's all worth something. It's got windows in it. That makes it worth something. Maybe I'll be able to talk to someone before I leave about what the story is with all these junkyards full of classic cars. And that's about it today. Got one more day in Uruguay probably. So far, I think my favorite country. Alright, this is a bunch of Uruguayans doing pretty much like a couple-day trip. All kinds of different bikes. Alright, some of the bikes the Uruguayans are riding is the Yamaha, I think Super Tenere, yeah, 1200, BMW R1200. Cool. Got the Kawasaki Versys. You got the BMW K1200. They've got a couple of Africa Twins and GS1200 BMW. Oh, that guy's riding, I think, a Victory. Another Kawasaki Versys. What's up, everyone? Tonight is my last night in Uruguay. I'm in a town called Salto, and it's bigger than a town. It's a small city. And I'm going to be sleeping in a shipping container, which is interesting, but not weird. They're actually pretty nice. This is the shipping containers. And I imagine they do this in a lot of countries, probably some places in the US where you can sleep in a shipping container. I've definitely been to places where you can, where they have restaurants in shipping containers. Some lights might be nice. So I've already moved in, all my stuff, and a good sized bed. Probably maybe a queen, maybe a little bit smaller. Whatever that size is, down from that. And you got your windows, got your sliding door. Goes one way or something, and the AC works really well. Little fridge, place to put your gloves, your boots, your helmet, your jacket, and of course a bathroom, and pretty good size. So this is the shipping container. Uruguay has been, it's probably my favorite country. Maybe one of those reasons is because it's small enough to actually see the whole thing. I don't know how big it is, but I guess it's like the second smallest country in South America. And if you have a car, any kind of car, really, you can get from one side to the other in a day's drive. You can get from the top to the bottom in a day's drive. This is definitely a first world country. Kind of a really best kept secret as far as I know. I don't know Americans that know anything about this place, that have ever been here, or that are interested in coming. It's a nice place. It doesn't have, from what I've seen at least, it doesn't have the waterfalls and the mountain peaks and kind of the majesty that you might see in some of the other countries, like in the Andes in Peru and Bolivia. But it's right between Brazil and Argentina. It's a nice place with great roads, and everything is green. It gets hot in the north. Like, I'm up here right now, and I think it's 85 degrees right now, and the sun is going down, and it's fairly humid. And tonight it'll cool down to about, I think, 70. This is their fall season, so we're going into their winter time, and it's that warm. But this is quite a good place. So tomorrow, back into Argentina, and starting to head back toward Bolivia, La Paz, where it's going to get pretty cold. There's a stretch of road that I don't know how I'm going to get through because it's like a high of 40 degrees, 35 degrees, and it snows. It's just not something I can do on my motorcycle. But other than that pass, the plan is I've got about 5,000 more kilometers to go before I get back to Peru. I'd like to do it in a month and be on a plane from Peru by the 28th of May. That's my goal. I was worried about my bike. It's clacking. It sounds like a rod is knocking, or something's wrong with one of the bearing in the engine. I was gonna say one of the bearings, but I think there's only one. It's a single cylinder. But I rode it pretty hard the last couple days, and it hasn't gotten any worse. Changed the oil, put some good stuff in there, and I think it's going to make it. If it hasn't failed under the riding conditions that I put it through the last couple days, which is the hottest weather that I'm going to have, and the fastest I'm going to go, which is only about 65, 70 miles an hour. That's as hard as it will be ridden for the rest of the time. So I think if I change the oil and everything, I think it'll make it back to Peru. And that's about that.